was definitely different. I have so much love for so many. I mean, for everybody down there, so much love. You know, I saw like Derek Millender sitting there. I saw Steve Spiro sitting there on the bench. The entire coaching staff, players. I stepped on Robin's foot on purpose down there. I mean, so there's so much love and respect for how great of a team they are. Obviously, would have loved to win tonight, but again, any night that we're not playing them, I'm rooting for them.
What led to your decision to ask for the buyout, and how difficult of a decision was that, given everything you had been through?
Professionally, the hardest thing I've ever had to do, without question. I think you guys know how much I love Cleveland and Ohio, all the fans that have always supported me, and the team. And naturally, winning there makes it bigger than guys like myself or Kyrie or Ron. Like, it's even here. I look up and I see the championship banners, and I'm like, man, that's special. I go back and Brexville, I look up and I'm like, we did that. Like, we really did that. So that was actually incredibly hard to do after 8.5 seasons. But I think more than anything, I felt like I can still play. I know I can still play. I haven't shot the ball great from three, but there's been so many things that I think I'm impacting the team in a major way, and that type of stuff will come. But again, I felt like I could still play, and sometimes you got to give yourself up and sacrifice. But whether it's Ricky, Dean, Jetty, Karras, I mean, like Lamar, like all those guys, like. I mean, I don't know if you caught it, like you can feel and see the love like that I have for them, and it's reciprocated. That'll never change. Like I love all those guys. I tell everybody here, like that is an amazing locker room down there.
Kevin, how do you feel it's going for you down here so far, in terms of your fit?
I do not know how you want me to answer that, but outside of missing threes, I think it's going well. I wish we won more games. I mean, that's another game that comes back down to 2 minutes. There was the Charlotte game, the New York game. We win those. There's a different tone to that question. So, no, I think we just got to win more games, and things will change.
Kevin, even though you haven't played with him yet, do you have a sense of how this will feel different when Kyle gets back to the league?
For sure. I think Gabe has been. I love how he plays. I love what he brings to the table, and I think it's a great blend and great marriage with those two when they're both within our lineup. But Kyle's a Hall of Fame player. I mean, if he's healthy, we know what he's capable of. Makes great decisions, and he's Kyle Lowry. Like you know what he brings to the table. Like multiple-time All-Star, All-NBA. Can still get it done in year 17. So again, we're better when everybody is, like the other night against Atlanta, everybody's adding stuff, in the stat sheet. Everybody's doing stuff that's not showing up in the stat sheet, but it has to be throughout our entire lineup.
Those relationships with the young guys like Darius, Isaac, etc. Evan, how do you keep those going now, especially like that you're here, but seeing them kind of grow in their roles?
Well, they actually they still have like the group chat with the team, and they text that one, and I'm still on it, and like I'll say some funny remark or something. But Darius and I we'll be in touch, be friends, be together until forever. I mean, we're always connected. We're always going to be family. Evan, I'm still gonna get to try and talk more, but Ice was funny out there. I told him, I said, you didn't know I was gonna take that charge, and then when he tipped the outlet pass and they got it back, he's like, you didn't know I was gonna get that. Like, I know your game. Just little stuff like that. Jetty saw him today. Everybody came over and said hello before the game, which was nice. I had a couple funny moments with Jay during the game, which will always be our thing, going back and forth. Again, like so much love for those guys. It's hard to see them on that other side.
Were you unhappy before the buyout?
Unhappy? I think I was more frustrated, just in that, I just wanted to play. You know, I felt like I could still do it. I felt like I could still offer, you know, a lot. And I think, you know, for the bench down there, it's been up and down for them. So I felt like, you know, I felt like, you know, I could, if I was given another opportunity, I could make an impact. But that's, yeah, I think being angry, being frustrated, that sort of thing is only coming out of, it's not me being pissed at the front office or JB or anybody like that. It was more so like, you know, I still think I can play. So I think it was me, you know, having pride in that, and just wanted to be out there with those guys. But I guess, you know, that went in the cards. And I don't know if it was going to be or wasn't communicated after the break, but no, naturally I wanted to be out there and be a part of something bigger than myself. And you know, I didn't think I was at the point yet where, you know, I was just going to sit there and watch.
How surprised were you that you were taken out of the rotation when you were?
You know, I wasn't too surprised, and I took it well. You know, I worked my butt off, and you know, just figured, you know, eventually down the line that you know, I would get another opportunity, but you know, I didn't know if it was just gonna, like, they're gonna wait until the playoffs, they're gonna wait until, so like, it, you know, the communication I think was lost, and I think that you know, that added to some of the frustration. But again, there's absolutely no love lost there.
Kevin, going back to the banter, did you particularly enjoy those first two charges? It seemed like there was a little institutional knowledge of what was coming, maybe on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Ev, like, you know, he's such a great player. Like, anytime you get him in foul trouble, it's good for the team. But I think, you know, with Ice too, he shot the ball well from three. He's really picked it up from the 3-point line this season. Excuse me. And you know, he's been such a great X factor for him. But I think in terms of like drawing with those guys, like that, it was more fun with Isaac to get a charge on him. But he definitely got me back with that jam on the steal with the outlet pass.
You mentioned being able to still contribute. How much longer do you feel like you could play at a high level?
You know, I don't know. I don't like to, you know, like making assumptions on that stuff. I don't know. So long as my body feels good, I feel like I can, you know, I can play well. I just need to start shooting like Max again, and then I'll, you know, that's one of the big things that adds to my game is being able to shoot the ball at a high clip. So I just need to keep working, and that stuff will come.
Were you hoping that Cleveland was going to be your final chapter?
Of course. I mean, that's in my mind, in my vision. I thought it would be Cleveland without a doubt, especially after last year and the start of this year. But again, now, you know, it's like you got to put that in the rear view. But I will say it is tough. Like after 8.5 years, like moving in the middle of the season and still living out of a hotel. But I gotta say, like in terms of welcoming me with open arms and a class organization, the Miami Heat have been just unbelievable. I can see why they. You know, they have that rich history, and you know, I've had so much success because they have been so good to me, whether it be Indy or Coach Bo or Riles, those type of guys. Like, and then the entire team just been great, coaching staff, everybody.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're fine. It was not the first time you've done it.
I know. That was bad.
That's all right. You're fine.
What have the conversations been like with, well, what were they with Kobe and JB kind of following, and even since being, you know, because of your relationship with JB and how close you have been with him?
Yeah, I mean, no, I think it was a really tough decision for him to take me out of the lineup. I think ultimately they wanted to go young and, you know, stick with those guys and get, you know, Dean and Jetty and, you know, Ricky minutes, especially those, Ricky and Dean especially get back from injury. So they wanted to, you know, get those guys more minutes. But, you know, I just, you know, natural frustration is you want to be out there. You want to be, you know, have those conversations in the locker room. You want to be, you know, in those timeouts, those type of situations. And I think that all came so fast for me, and there wasn't any prospect of me going back out there and playing that. You know, I wanted that. Like I was hungry for that. I was foaming at the mouth for that. But those were, again, really tough conversations. But you know, those those are ones that, you know, I'm grateful that they had with me, so I was able to, you know, find something else and find a place where, you know, I could be happy and play.
Obviously, part of coming here was, I assume, being part of a playoff race. Is there a disappointment now when you look at the standings? And obviously, you went through how harrowing the play-in was last season. Sort of, what's your thoughts? Did you expect better? Is this surprising to you? And just sort of, what is the thought, both personally and team-wise, where you guys stand right now?
Yeah, no, we certainly have an uphill climb to get where we need to be, and more than anything, that's just not to be in the play-in, you know, because we saw last year after having such a great year and having gone through injuries in Cleveland, we still gave ourselves a chance, but we lost. What was it, the 7-10 and then the 7-9? 7-8. Yeah. So we lost. Oh, that makes sense, of course. Then we lost that game as well, and then we didn't make the playoffs, and that was, you know, obviously a major letdown. But I think here it's been tough because I was mentioned earlier, like the New York game, the game tonight becomes you know, a 2-minute game, 1-minute game, a couple plays go a couple different ways to the Charlotte game as well. Like those are games that, you know, we would hope to get and hope to win, and you know, maybe put us in a different, you know, kind of setting or standing where we could be in the 60 or, you know, that sort of thing. So I think that's the toughest part, is because we're right there, and you know, we feel like, you know, we can't keep setting ourselves back. Like we need to, you know, start winning these, you know, next several games in order to put ourselves in a good spot and be able to, you know, not have to be in the plane.
Kevin, way off topic, but I think when you were doing no, don't worry. When you were playing USAB, I think you played with Boeheim. I think he was on those staffs,
Yes.
or at least one of them.
Yeah.
When you heard today that he's done, did you have any reaction? What was your recollection of your time with him?
Love my time with him. He's, first of all, hilarious. Loves to drink wine. You know, he used to give me a lot of shit with Coach K, which I love. Like those two, they're bantered together. I didn't think he'd be too long after K left, but to know that he's gone, it's like a, you know, obviously a legend within the college ranks, and you know, obviously a Hall of Famer and somebody that, you know, did it the right way. I mean, he's, you know, go down as one of the all-time greats and somebody that I respect in a big way.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.